Hey, good day. Welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. We'll take a look here, get things going. Current blood sugar is 5.9. I'm fully calibrated. 1.825 units left of active insulin. Ever since I added insulin for breakfast, my basal rate has stopped basaling until I guess my blood sugar comes up a bit. But right now it's pretty well stable. 5.9 is zero point 0.1 below my threshold of 6, so I'm not going to treat right now. Next couple of days we'll have a video on when to wait to treat and when not to jump right in and treat. Last night I was pretty stable, so we're hoping it's keep things up well. Time in range is 87%. Above is 8%. So I'm going to have to work on that. I'm also going to have to work on the lows. Now, this is something here that's really kind of popped in, and it's my average sugar is at 6.9%. So 6 maybe not percent, 6.9. Okay, so today I want to discuss wait to treat. I had to pull it up on my phone. So, wait to treat. When do we wait, when not to treat? I thought it was going to be tomorrow's video, but checking it, that's what we're doing today. Wait to treat. When is it prudent? When is it not prudent? Stay tuned. We'll be right back. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Wait to treat and when not to wait for treat are two kind of points that a diabetic can really kind of sit there and wonder. Number one, don't wait to treat if you're low. If you have reached your low level and you are dropping, don't wait to see, well, I just ate, maybe my blood sugar will go up. Chances are it could not. So don't sit there, don't wait for the blood sugar to come up and then, oh, but if I just wait that much longer. Meanwhile, your blood sugars are constantly going down. Treat the low and carry on. Now, higher blood sugars, I would say from 10 to 14. You may not need to correct unless approved by your doctor, okay? You may try other means, going for a walk, walking the stairs, getting exercise, go bowling, whatever sort of activity you like to do is a good idea. Don't sort of wait till things get higher and higher. Just because you say, oh, I'm going to wait, doesn't mean that you're going to get that optimum blood sugar and then things are going to start to come down, chances are you're going to get your blood sugar to go up, and it's just going to keep going for a while, and you could end up in dangerous category. Now, I know we've all been taught, and higher is better than getting low. Well, true, but it's not necessarily always going to be that way. So here, let's go over some rules. First of all, if you're over 10 to 14, if your doctor has suggested insulin, give a correction dose of insulin. You could help the process by getting out there, doing some activity. Just sitting at home all day probably won't help your blood sugar. When I was living in my condo, just sort of right outside our apartment door were the stairs, and I'd go up and walk up and down the stairs. It got me going. It lowered my blood sugar a lot of times if I was super high. If you go over 14, you should have a high plan set out by your doctor. So anything over 15, you should go into your protocol. Now, when you hit 14, if you're having a blood sugar of higher than 14, you really should get a ketone meter and do a ketone test. If you're between 3 and 5, it's probably an idea that you go to emergency because you're heading into DKA. You could still have a high blood sugar. I've had high blood sugars of 24, 25 a day and a half in a row, and I didn't go into diabetic ketoacidosis. There's other times where I've had one blood sugar and I've gone into diabetic ketoacidosis. So sitting there saying, okay, I'm going to wait till my blood sugar gets higher. No, that's probably not a good idea, because if you go higher, you're just going to keep going higher and you're going to open yourself up to diabetic ketoacidosis. So follow your correction dose. If you're under 3, you should be able to treat things that are at home. If you go into diabetic ketoacidosis, you will be in an emergency. You need to go visit your doctor, or usually in most cases, it will be an emergency room. You know, diabetic ketoacidosis seems to show up at the most inopportune moments. They don't really want to be found and dictated. Now, in theory, a person could treat diabetic ketoacidosis by himself at home, because all the real cure is insulin. However, I would not do that. As a kid, the end of my grade 10 year, grade 9 year, I had gotten into a group of kids, and we sat outside their lockers and we'd have lunch and jokes and everything. So we went out to their party, like the end of the year party. One was having a party at the, where was it? Acreage out in Alberta. So that was great. I went there when it came time to leave. It was late at night. I threw up and I had to leave. We were moving the next day and I came home, went to bed, took a whole bunch of insulin, which I do not suggest unless you have the approval of your doctor. And I fell asleep in the morning. I woke up. I did a P-stick test for ketones. I was showing moderate ketones. I'll work on it. By the afternoon, they were gone. I had to give more insulin, and I thought, yeah, I can do it. The next time I got ketoacidosis, I ended up very ill in the hospital, IV drips. You never know. But again, they'll always seem to come at inopportune moments. Keeping your blood sugar up is important, however, not that high. So follow your doctor's correction doses. Don't second guess every dose, because the chances are you are going to run into issues. Now, lows. Treat your lows as soon as they come on. If you start feeling low, do a finger prick. Do test, because every diabetic should have their glucometer on them at all times. Do a blood test, see where your numbers are. If your numbers are below 3.9, I would say probably even 4.5, treat. Have some quick acting sugar, then you should have, or in fact, let's start back. If you start feeling low, you should do a glucometer test. Test what your blood sugar is at. If it's below 3.9 or whatever level your doctor has set, my doctor has told me I should be starting to treat lows at 6. Today I was point below, so at first I kind of sat there and hummed and hawed, and then I decided to treat. So now, where are we here? And now it's 7.6 going up. So we're all pretty good. So, time and range is important. But don't wait. Don't wait to say, oh yes, I'm going to correct a little bit later. You may have to get your little machine out and say, okay, I'm 8.4. I've saved that. Let's go to bolus. It's telling me I need to correct 0.35 of a unit. I'm delivering. And I screwed up on my carbs. So let's do this. let's give the extra 11 because I had a high carb meal today. So I've roughly given myself 2 units of insulin. I'm treating low before it becomes low. Now, I won't do any correction for 3 hours. The reason for this is a lot of diabetics can get into the problem of stacking. And with stacking, you could end up getting into the roller coaster effect. Now, no one really wants the roller coaster effect. So, treat your highs as soon as they become relevant. The way my blood sugar was going, I knew I was going to go high. Have I stopped this well enough? Yes, I hope so. We'll see. By noon, if I'm over 10, we knew we wouldn't succeed. But who knows? So, the importance, if you're between 5 and 3.9, you could wait to see where your blood sugar goes. If it goes up, great. If it goes down, then we may need to work on it a bit. After that, you need to ensure that if it drops below 3.9, it becomes let's treat it, and let's treat it now. The longer you leave a low, the more complications of a low, and you could end up passing out and being taken to the hospital. The next part, on the high side, if you're 10 to 14, you can sort of wait to see, maybe try exercise. If your doctor has said that he or she wants you treating at 10, then treat at 10. But you can use exercise. If you get to 14, you should be doing ketone tests. Ideally, blood ketone test is going to be the best for you. Urine tests are not really being used as much. You can get a ketone meter at any drugstore. The strips and the ketone meter, I believe, are not necessarily covered by, in Canada, it would be provincial pharmacare. In the States, whatever your insurance plan is. So, if it goes higher than that, contact your doctor. If you start vomiting, contact your doctor. Head to emergency. Let's get things taken care of. Lows, treat as soon as you realize you're having a low. Waiting should only be if things are all pointing that you're gonna be fine. If you're trending down and you're low, or you're trending up and you're gonna go high, treat those then. Don't wait and say, oh well, I think they will go. If you're at a high number and it's your graft, where's my graft button? There it is. The graft is starting to trend up as it is here, and I was low, I wouldn't really worry about it. If you were high and it was coming down, again, you could wait. But if it's not doing anything, or if it's just been sitting up there, do a test. If you get 2 high blood sugars in a row, then you should do a blood sugar test and check your site, which usually means change your site. Because if the needle gets kinked, it's not going to give you any more insulin. So you need to be certain that you're always getting your insulin. In other words, I guess in very minute circumstances, you can wait. In other times, it's not a good idea. And with that, I hope you've had a great day. I know I was kind of all over the place with this talk. But have a great day, and we'll talk later. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.